What's up, you guys? It's Boomoo here with another video on what to do once you get a social media lead or an interest of a certain prospect. I think when you find someone who's genuinely interested when it comes to your funnel, I think a lot of people, what they first want to do is call and try to find out a lot about the person as much as possible, and I agree. But I think what most people ignore is actually setting up a appointment, setting up a date and time to talk, get a better understanding about the prospect. Because when you do call them, sometimes they might have some chores that they're doing, some errands that they're running, or you might be catching them while they're driving. Usually the mistake they make is actually, is this a good time to talk? Instead, I would say, hey, John, it's Boomoo with X, Y, and Z company. I saw that you actually inquired information about more about the service that we have. Like you were trying to purchase our service, but something went through and an error occurred. Is that the case with you? And they'll try to justify, actually, blah, 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 because this happened, it was not affordable, blah, blah, blah. They'll go on and forth, or they say they haven't watched the full thing, or the full webinar, or the full funnel, or the features and benefits that you offer. A lot of people, when they inquire information, it's more of a curiosity rather than knowing the full detail on it. So it's actually very important for you to set up a date and time and appointment to figure out what this prospect is looking for. I think a lot of time what people try to do is just sell the product rather than actually trying to qualify and see if the person is actually a good fit for the program as well, which is actually the most important part. You want to find out if there's another decision maker involved in the prospect's purchasing decision. If it's a husband and wife, most likely they're going to contribute their household income when it comes to your product and service, right? So it's important to have all decision makers in the same place. So what I would like to do is, hey, do you have a spouse that actually makes decisions along with you when it comes to any purchases or services that you are looking to? Sometimes they'll say yes, no, and some people will say they make all the decisions by themselves, which 9 out of 10 is not the case. Husband and wife, or a spouse and a spouse, that really only one person makes the whole decisions on the household income, right? So a great way to say is like, hey, I know you have a spouse and I hate to make things one-sided. Sometimes the partner will ask, did you ask this gentleman this question? Did you ask this gentle lady this question, this question, this question? And it actually makes our process really longer, and we'll be ping-ponging back and forth, and sometimes I have to repeat things back and again, and it just makes the process longer and it becomes very inefficient time-wise. So I know you make all decisions. It'll be great if we have all people that are part of it as well, so everyone is in the same page. Does that make sense? Okay, so around the same time tomorrow, would that work for you guys? Because if they usually happen to be talking to you at that time, usually they're available, or you can even ask, are you a 9-to-5er, or what usually are the better days to try to set up a date and time so we can both talk to each other about this. So set up the date and time so you can get the undivided attention. The human attention span is only 5 seconds long, decreases as the years goes on. So it's just important for you guys to get the undivided attention as well. Let's just say you got finally the appointment and all the decisions are there. 3 things that you want to particularly do is, first is actually building the rapport and trust with the person. Sometimes there's those drivers or those business savvy people who just want to get straight to the point, which is fine, and it's important for you. Okay, hey, I understand. Now, so tell me a little bit more about your situation and why you're looking into the service in the first place. And they'll be like, oh, I want to make more money. Oh, I want to have a better life. Okay, then you want to do the reverse psychology. Okay, what's your current circumstance right now that you want to look at that situation and all trying to change it? Now you find the problem, and they're gonna start blabbering, oh, I feel like I'm stuck, I don't have enough time for my family. And okay, so if you can add more time and more money, what would that mean for you at the end? And they're gonna keep on going on, and pretty much you find the ammo and the reason why they actually particularly inquired the information in the first place, right? It's not about, hey, I want more clients, more money. It's really about the deeper meaning, which is some people are spending more time with family, having more time freedom, and be away from a job that they don't like, and being people that don't want to be surrounded with, rather than increasing more money. When people are looking to have more money, there's more means behind it. So they can start the business that they want, start the retirement life they want, and start living the lifestyle that they want, or the vacations that they want. So it's very important for you to find that out. Now, the second part is, does your product actually fit that description? Which basically means, are they willing to put in the time and effort, use your service? Let's just say it's an education product that you're selling. Are they trying to spend at least 2-3 hours a day trying to learn and actually achieve that income, right? So a great example is like social media marketing. Obviously, people want to do social media marketing because they know there's a lot of business that's in need and they can learn that service so they can make more money. Why are they particularly looking for that kind of business, or looking at that particular education product compared to the other ones that they have? Because the important thing that you want to do is narrow down that this is the good fit for them, and are they even qualified to do this program with you in the first place, right? You'd be like, okay, so why particularly this product and why particularly this education program when there's so many options out there and there's so much information out there today? They'll answer, and thing you have to do is sometimes zip it and just keep on listening. Active listening. Based on your active listening and understanding their situation and what they're looking for and why they're choosing your program particularly, now you can really narrow down and ask, okay, it seems like it's a good fit. Let me tell you more about the product and service and why people so many choose us at the end of the day. So you go a little bit features and benefits and what this will do for you. It does require a lot of attention and hard work, just like any business. If you're starting, attention and detail and learning through trial and error is the most important part. There's some times that you're going to fail. Are you okay making mistakes and learning along the way? Because if you're one of those people who just want to do it one try and get over it, and if you have some hurdles and you're type of person that doesn't have persistence, it'll be really, really hard for you to learn as the markets keep on evolving at the same time. So you got to treat this like as a business, Mr. Prospect, not a hobby. Are you willing to commit that kind of effort and time, like our students or like our clients I have done in the past as well? Because there's people who do fail because they just simply don't try. And obviously, another great way is to share testimonials and stories, people that really actually achieved it. And if you don't have a particular success and story, it's really a good idea to use some references like YouTube or people that have gone through social media marketing and have achieved success, just so they have social proof. Because seeing is believing at the end of the day. Now, some people might say this is a scam. Okay, when you mean a scam, what do you mean by that? What does that look like? So instead of saying, oh no, we're not a scam, we're a company that does well, we do this much money, why are you saying social media is a scam? You want to get a better understanding. Have you been burned through situations like this, like certain programs or similar product of education service, and it hasn't worked out your way? It's a great way to have a better understanding, build rapport at the same time. Nonetheless, this is very high level things that you're doing because you're building rapport and finding out their pain and needs when it comes to why they even reach out to you in the first place. So it's really important to narrow down and really funnel them in the direction where they can actually achieve the level that they want. Now, the most people, what they're trying to do is focus on too much the hope of gain rather than the fear of loss. Which I mean is like, oh yeah, you're gonna achieve this life, you're gonna do this, yeah, this is a great product that can allow you to do. Instead, you should dig in the pain saying, all right, so if you continue to the route that you are right now and don't make any changes, where do you think you will end up being, considering that you have gone through this situation 3-5 years already in your profession? Where do you think you're going to end up? And basically, they're going to say, okay, so once you say it's important to make the change, and how soon do you want to do it? And now you're building the urgency. Great way to build urgency is building scarcity. That is not really available all the time. So if you're selling an education service, basically you want to state that, hey, I pretty much bring in 3 to 5 students every single month to my course, and simply I can't bring 100 people in 1 month and educate 100 people individually every single day. All I can do is actually educate 3-5 people, and there's limited spots because it requires my intention and detail, and my success determines on your success as well. So I have to give you that intention, and there's limited spots to available. I have 2 more spots. It just depends on the day. So now you are trying to get commitment, because now the commitment and the fear of loss is the 2 most important things that you want to do as you find the problem, right? And it's not really about, hey, you got to do it. Do you want me to show you the next step from going here on? So now you're building this onboarding process, and sometimes I just want to keep my mouth zipped, let them do the talking when it comes to enrollment. Just, okay, so I'll show you the next step, which is pretty much the enrollment process. Did you have any extra questions, or were you pretty much ready to move on? And they'll ask questions, and pretty much you answer it, and basically it's the enrollment time. What I want to focus on, doing the enrollment at the point where you find all the service and the benefits and the first call, because usually when you go to the second or third call, it becomes a little bit cold, they become not too warm as they used to. There's some people out there really just need to take the time and effort just to like sit down and simmer and cool down. And when they do enroll, it becomes very, very minimal that you're gonna have a rescission, which is what I call AKA cancellation. There was one of those people that didn't think about it, need a few days. You want to ask, okay, is this generally because you need some time to look over and look at your finances and talk to your partner one-on-one while I'm gone, and do you feel more comfortable going from there? What I'll do in this situation, we'll book a second appointment. I'll go over any overnight questions you guys might have that you're like, oh my God, I forgot asking this question. I have this, I want this question answered. Or if you want me to deep dive in a particular procedure, if you want me to deep dive in certain aspects of the product, let's do that. And they most likely will say, oh, yeah, that sounds good, actually. Okay, we're just going to see if everything looks well. Obviously, we're going to qualify you and see if you're a good fit to us, because we want to have a great working environment, great class, and people that are looking to uplift each other, not set our class down or put us in a bad position just because you're not cooperating. So we want in a winning position and winning class as well. Book the second appointment to make sure you're a good fit and you feel comfortable doing it, and you're willing to do what our other students are doing, just so you can be in that second, third student behind that success as well. Obviously, I'm not going to babble on that much, but that's the frame and mindset that you want to put in the prospect, which is the most important thing, right? Because you just don't want bad apples. It just happens that way, and sometimes you'll get difficult clients, and sometimes the difficult clients will be your best clients and refer you to a lot of business. So don't always prejudge them just based on the conversation. Obviously, you want to get a better understanding of the situation. You're a stranger at the end of the day, so they might have worries and concerns, or might have been burned through a process like this. So when it comes to these situations of SMMA or a lead, it's very important that you get an understanding of positioning and frame what they can expect when they are joining your product and service as well. I think one of the difficult things that people have a hard time doing is building urgency. So you always have to focus on, hey, do you think it's the best time to make a change to your life? How soon do you want to make that change? Or how long are you willing to stay in the current position that you're at right now? So then people start lighting up and understanding that, okay, if I don't make the change, I probably will never will, right? And put them in the perspective that it does require some work and interaction and relationship building as well. So they understand that this is just another gig, because ultimately you're selling something high product and you want to build value in your brand as well. So it's very important that you build a good reputation, a good client base as well, so you can grow your business and multiply and scale it. Because at the end of the day, relationship capital is more important than just building capital itself, because relationship capital is everlasting, and it really depends on who they know at the end of the day, not just who you know. And that can really expand your network and expand your brand and net worth as well. If you guys found value in content like this, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.